Hmm. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. This is your girl, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. For those of you who don't know me, and for those of you that this is the first time on my channel and listening to this Goddess Energy Forecast, I would like to welcome you. And I am the founder of the Moon Goddess Publishing, Moon Goddess Academy, and the Moon Goddess Circles. And this is something that I do once a week to basically teach you, hopefully attune you to the energies that are constantly churning around you and guide you into how to harness that energy to support you on your journey. So thank you for receiving this. And if you know anyone who you believe this would be amazing for them, this would help them, go ahead and share this with them. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button and also the bell on the side so that you can receive notifications when I post things like this. All right. So let's go ahead and tune into the energy for this week. Ooh, there's a lot going on. But this is what came in very clearly in all that is going on. And I'm going to go into details what that is. The theme for this week that I'm getting is to slow down because change and transformation abounds. Slow down. Like literally, we're in the time of I call it the cosmic siesta, right? We get to slow down, we get to review, we get to like look at what we're doing, we get to decide to change whatever we want to change. Like this is a time that things slow down for us so that we can make that long-term changes that we desire and actually refocus on what it is that we truly desire and want to experience. So before I go into details, let's just go ahead and get centered, get attuned. And then after that, I'll just talk about all the energies that are going on this week that we will be playing with. So place your hand on your heart, taking a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. So from this place, just go ahead and breathe into your heart and acknowledge, see, sense, or feel this ball of light within your heart. And as you breathe into this ball of light, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it literally radiates through your entire being. Your whole system radiates in that heart light. Now bring your awareness to the top of your head, above your head. See that beautiful light that represents the Divine Father. And go ahead and send your channel all the way up and plug right into it. And when you plug into it, it's like the doorway just opens and you begin to just receive a downpour of divine light from the heart of the Divine Father or Source or Universe or God, whatever name you call it. We receive this downpour into every part of your being and see it go into your heart and also anchor into your heart. Breathe. And now bring your awareness to the bottom of your feet and also the base of your spine. So imagine you have these 3 tap roots coming out of, each of your legs, like each of the foot of your foot, and then also from the base of your spine. And send these tap roots, these 3 big tap roots, through the earth, going all the way down through the different layers until you reach the center of the earth where you see the matrix of the Divine Mother, the heart of the Divine Mother. And there, go ahead and plug root into that heart matrix. And again, begin to drink up the light that begins to pour into you. Drink it up through your roots like you're using a straw to drink water or some kind of drink. But just go ahead and drink it up all the way, bring it all the way up through the layers of the earth, up through your legs, your thighs. Let it just spread through your entire body. And see it also come into your heart and anchor. And this time we just mix this with the heart light and the light from the Divine Father. And from there, all 3 lights create this beautiful bubble of light, and this bubble of light expands out and create a beautiful barrier around you. Go ahead and breathe into this bubble that is around you. From this space, if you haven't already yet, go ahead and call in your higher self into your heart and breathe. I want you to bring your awareness to what that looks like and what that feels like when she steps into your heart. For me, it always looks like these two white wings that opens up within my heart. That's how I know she is here. So pay attention to how she shows up for you in your heart. When she shows up, thank her for her presence. Ask her to move in front of you and set the day up for you, or set the month up for you. This is a new month we just entered. Beautiful. And from here, ask what message is for my highest good this week? Which of these messages is for my highest good this week? 1, 2, or 3. Once you have received your number or numbers, go ahead and open your eyes, still being in your heart, ready and open to receive. So let's go back to what is going on. So first, we entered June, right? We're done with May, which I'm like, oh my God, already. So May was the month of beauty, and beauty, and then the beautiful aspect of ourselves. And what May really brought up was, where do we find uglies in our life? And how can we bring more beauty into our life? So that's what May's energy was cultivating with us. And now we are in June's energy, which is about growth and the growing aspect of ourselves. Now, the beauty of this energy is that what is growing is the beauty that we seeded in May. So as we were discovering the uglies about us, the uglies around us and in our lives, and we said, okay, this is the beauty I would like to, experience, plant. That beauty that you planted, that beauty, the intention around that you set, is what is going to be growing in June. So pay attention. And the beauty of it, if you did not pay attention to that in May, if you did not do any work on the uglies that were coming up in your life, most likely they will show their heads in June. But in June's energy, it's going to force you to uproot the ugly, because here's the truth: if you don't, then that's what's going to be growing in June. Whatever you planted in May, whatever you did not, the weeds that you didn't pull out, they're going to be growing in June, this month, if you do not. So you have the opportunity to kind of go back to see, okay, what no longer resonates with me? What is no longer me? What is my ugly? What do I not want to experience anymore? And then what is my beauty? What beauty would how would I like to beautify my environment, my home? How do I want to feel in the energy of beauty? And then you start to call in those experiences. These are the intentions that you set, because that is what this energy is going to really boost. June's energy, it reminds me of the fertilizer that you put on the plants to allow it to grow. So it's like fast growth, right? We are receiving the nourishment that our plants need in order to grow very quickly. I feel like growth this month is like exponential, let's put it that way. So we're moving from the month of beauty and the beautiful self and now we are in June, which is the month of growth and the growing self. So there's a lot of energies going on. As you know, eclipse season started in May, right? Towards the end of May. And then right after the lunar eclipse, which was in Sagittarius, it was with the new moon in Sagittarius. Right after that, we had Saturn also go into retrograde. And then right after that, Mercury went into retrograde. And even before these two planets, there were other two planets that are already in retrograde, right? So I'm going to go through that real quick so you kind of have an idea of what, like the keywords that when you put together, you can kind of see what energy we are working with, right? So you already know the energy of this month, growth and the growing self. What wants to grow is the beauty that you cultivated in May, right? And whatever intentions you set or you've set, right, they are going to receive that exponential growth this month, right? So let's start with the two planets that are already, well, first, before we go into retrograde, let's talk about eclipse, right? So we've already started eclipse season with the lunar eclipse. The next one is going to be, I believe is June, is it June 6th? June 6th, I believe. Yes, because that's going to be the solar eclipse in Gemini, right? So that should be coming up soon. So here's the thing with eclipse represent, they create an opportunity or a portal of change and transformation. They're really powerful times for deep reflection and also focusing in your inner emotions, in your inner world. It's really a time to go within, go deeper within, and bring light to those areas that you don't really go into. It's about the subconscious mind, right? That deeper level of our awareness and bringing that to the forefront. So let's go into retrogrades now, right? Because retrogrades are what I call the cosmic siesta, where, if you look at scientifically, the planets look like they're moving backwards because their speed has tremendously reduced, right? So it actually looks like it's moving backwards, right? That is the retrograde. But retrogrades are cosmic siesta because they are time that we get to reflect. We get to stop, reflect, and before we move forward again, right? So each planet just kind of comes in to help us where we need to focus on, where we need to reflect on, reflect into, where we need to kind of reevaluate things, right? So the first two planets that were in retrograde, the first one was Venus, and Venus went in retrograde on last year, December 19th. Yeah, it was in around that time. So it was December 19th, and it's going to be in retrograde all the way to next year, 2022, January, right? So we're in this for a while, and it's beautiful how Venus meets all the other planets that are coming into retrograde. Like Venus just met Mercury, which Mercury went into retrograde towards the end of the month in May. So the 30th or 29th of May, Mercury went into retrograde. So Venus went into retrograde first last year in December. It's going to be in retrograde all the way till next year, January. And then Pluto went into retrograde in April this year, and it's going to be in retrograde till October, right? And then we just had Saturn go into retrograde on the 23rd of May. So these two are the most recent, right? Saturn went into retrograde 23rd of May, followed by Mercury also going into retrograde on the 29th of May. So these are all the energies we're literally working with, because we are in eclipse season, which is a time of change and transformation, and then we have Venus. Venus is the planet of love, of beauty, of relationship, of money, right? So this is really a great time to review, your finances, to review your relationships, to also look at your beauty and your ugly. Where do you want to bring more beauty into your life? Which areas of your life, right? And then you go into Pluto. I love Pluto because Pluto represents change, transformation, the subconscious, dream time, right? So I love dream time around Pluto retrograde, or when Pluto is really highlighted. It really takes us deeper. So pay attention to your dreams at this time. Pluto represents, change, transformation, dream time, subconscious mind, all of that coming into your awareness. So you can, what used to be hidden will be brought to the surface. And so now let's talk about Saturn retrograde. So Saturn is about structure. It's about the masculine energy. It's about authority. It's about stability. It's about time. So this is basically a great time to focus on your long-term goals, right? It's also a great time to focus on responsibilities. And I love this part. It's a great time for you to focus on how you face adversities. Saturn comes into is basically the one that really helps us to build our fortitude so we can face whatever comes into our way. Really helps strengthen us. It's so important. And then Mercury, a lot of people know about Mercury because Mercury retrograde is very popular. Mercury is about communication, technology, mindset, your thoughts, right? And Mercury is going to be a retrograde from May 29th to June 22nd. So we're in there. We usually experience like retrogrades, like about 4 retrogrades in a year. So we have more coming, right? I think Mercury retrograde is one of my favorite times because it literally brings us in communion with our heart. It literally forces us to drop our minds into our heart. It forces us to really slow our thoughts, slow our thinking. It literally has the ability to like help us to pause because it has to do with communication. It has to do with technology. So a lot of people talk about, their phones breaking down, their laptop not acting right. And, if you want to learn more about Mercury retrograde, come check out the Mercury retrograde summit, Alchemy summit, which is still going on. And, you have access to it, the amazing interviews throughout this retrograde. Like, it is priceless. So if you really want to dive into what this Mercury retrograde is all about, this one is very powerful because it is in home sign Gemini, and it's also an air sign. So the teachings that are coming through is so powerful and so potent, and everything is amplified around the Mercury energy right now. So if you want to learn more about Mercury and Mercury retrograde, I'll put the link of the summit below so you can find it and go ahead and register. It is free. I went ahead and talked about the misconceptions around Mercury, the messenger, right? There's so many misconceptions around, and we kind of break it down, but there's like 30 more experts on this that come in to talk about this, and you don't want to miss this. Like, it is incredible. So come check it out so you can learn more about Mercury retrograde. We have such a great opportunity to dive into this magic at this time. So I wanted to walk you through all these energies so you know what we're swimming into, this month. This week we literally enter a new month, right? We enter into a new energy, the energy of growth and the growing self. And within this, we are swimming in the energy of, the eclipse season that has opened up. And then all the retrogrades that we're in, starting with Venus, then we went to Pluto, Saturn, and then Mercury. And we're going to have more planets going into retrogrades, but we'll talk more about those as we get into them. So this week is potent, it's powerful. No wonder the theme that came through was to slow down because change and transformation abounds. Like, you need to slow down so you can see the opportunities that are being given to you, the opportunity to change, the opportunities that will uplift your life, the opportunities to redo something or revisit something or tie up loose ends, right? But you need to slow down in order to really take it in and walk through the process, because when the retrogrades return back to its normal cycle, which is green light for us to move forward again, you want to be moving forward in the right direction, right? So see these times as a great time, a great opportunity for us to get things straight, right? Beautiful. All right, so taking a deep breath in and out. Let's make space for your messages, for you to receive this message. Taking another deep breath in into your mind and out. Let's do it one more time. And breath in and out. Beautiful. So the Ascended Masters want to continue working with us. So yes, we're going to continue working with them. So let's begin with card number 1. If you were drawn to card number 1, and I was guided to use 2 different card decks. One of them is the Ascended Masters, and the other one is more like an affirmation or mantra that you can use this week to really anchor you in the energy. So let's see here. Card number 1. There we go. So if you're drawn to card number 1, you are working with Ascended Master Lady Nada, and she brings in the energy of heart awakening, the teachings of heart awakening, the gift of heart awakening. So she says, awaken to acceptance and divine love. So this week you are, you have the invitation to awaken to acceptance and divine love, and to also learn to give and receive in balance. So here is a little bit about her. Lady Nada, or Ascended Master Lady Nada, is said to be another incarnation of Mary Magdalene. That makes a lot of sense to me now. But even if she is, the energies are slightly different. Lady Nada is a mighty spiritual priestess of love who once existed in the land of Atlantis. That makes sense. Okay. She is the light force that helps us awaken our hearts to the divine love we deserve. The light keeper whose essence allows the light within our heart to expand, revealing a true, real, naked, and vulnerable aspect of our soul. She brings an opportunity to experience divine love, whether through a relationship, adventure, or experience. So the cave, this is her message for you. The cave of your heart is open wide for you to experience divine love, beloved. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is so important because remember, the retrogrades we're in are helping you do this. So this is like perfect, right? You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreaks, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have courage and move into a state of trust. You are reminded that when true love is present, when divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. It will be there, clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. Card number 1, if you received card number 1, you're working with Ascended Master Lady Nada. And here's your mantra that you can use for the week. My happiness can be measured by the level of faith in love. How perfect is this with the first card? My happiness can be measured by the level of faith in love. That is your mantra for this week. Beautiful. All right. Let's move to card number 2. If you received card number 2, you are working with the white eagle, who is bringing in the wisdom of the ancestor spirit. Yes, please. So if you were drawn to card number 2, you're going to be working with some of your ancestors this week. And this card says, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Again, with all these retrogrades, it's a great opportunity for you to do this. So let's see what message this card has for you. There we go. So a little bit about this, the white eagle. The white eagle is a Native American shaman right here. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. The white eagle is a Native American shaman who is dedicated to honoring our spiritual heritage. He is world-renowned spiritual guide who has been particularly cherished by mediums all over the world. He first spoke through a medium called Grace Cook in the 20th century. He is the guide who helps create clear channels in our bloodline and our spiritual lineage so we can access the heart of the creator. I'm going to repeat this again because this came in as like highlight. He is the guide who helps create clear channels in your bloodline and in your spiritual lineage so that you can access the heart of the creator. So you know what work you're going to be doing this week, right? He also helps you move into sacred ceremony, where you can hold sacred space to honor a change, transition, celebration, or anything else that deserves time. He is wonderful for clearing space, and we can call on him for help in forging spiritual connections. Here is his message for you. Take some time to honor just how far you have come. Again, perfect message for these retrogrades we're in. Recognize through ceremony and ritual the shifts in your awareness, healing, and journey. Okay, let's repeat this again. Recognizing through ceremony and ritual the gifts in your awareness, healing, and journey really allows you to move into a state of grace and gratitude. You have or have recently had an opportunity to heal an old family wound or pattern. It's important to connect with your family in spirit so that you can set a new energy of love in place. White Eagle is bringing your ancestors through to you and allowing you to know that they are happy and well. He is sounding his sacred drums to clear your spirit. So if you're drawn to card number 2 and you have drums, this would be really potent for you. Or listen to some kind of music with drums and move your body to that. Like you will feel White Eagle's support and energy for you. And it also calls in the power and the support of your ancestors to also come through to support you. Oh, powerful messages. So your mantra for this week that you can work with is, there is always a solution of the highest good. There is always a solution of the highest good. There is always a solution of the highest good. Beautiful, right? All right, let's move on. This last card. This last card is definitely my card. It drew me right in. Let me find it. There we go. And I absolutely love this Ascended Master, Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey. And he brings in the wisdom of ascension. Like, look at this beauty here, right? Yeah. I just love this card. So Serapis Bey says, move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. It's time to move into your true self, rise above the darkness because the light is here. It's a little bit about Ascended Master Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey is the light keeper in charge of ascension. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he is a presence we can call on in order to ascend. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Serapis Bey can guide us from the lowest state of being back to the light. His energy is almost like that of the phoenix, giving us the support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports growth. I love this last part because, you know, this month, June is about the energy of growth and the growing self. So this is really a cool card for it. So here's this message for us. If you're drawn to card number 2 or 3, if you received card number 3, the stars cannot shine without darkness. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma or depression, but this is a new beginning. Become aware of growth. There's always room for improvement. There's also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be as strong, powerful, or focused as you are today. You are ascended personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support you. What a beautiful message. And here's your mantra that you can work with this week to help you anchor all this delicious energy sent for you. I allow people to witness their behavior so I can help them move beyond it. How perfect is that with the Ascended Master message, right? I allow people to witness their behavior so I can help them move beyond it. Beautiful, beautiful message. All right, my loves, go ahead and place your hand on your heart and breathe into it. Whichever Ascended Master you're working with, whether it is beloved Lady Nada, bringing in Heart Awakening, the White Eagle, bringing in Ancestor Spirit, and Serapis Bay, bringing in Ascension. See that Ascended Master appear within your heart with its wisdom, his or her wisdom and knowledge and support, and receive them into your heart and breathe. Thank them for walking with you this week. And tell them you're open to receiving their magic as well. And thank them. Thank them for them choosing to step in here with you. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in and out. And so it is. Make sure you find some time to set an intention for this month, because especially the intentions that you set for this month, they're going to grow, right? Remember, this month is like a fertilizer. Things, you're going to be experiencing rapid growth. So really use this as an opportunity to get clear on what you want to experience and then see it grow in your life, right? The other thing that I would also like to invite you to, if you want to discover more about what Mercury retrograde is beyond the, don't sign any contracts or, beyond the cliches that we have around Mercury retrograde, I really invite you to check out the Mercury retrograde Alchemy Summit. The link is below. Just click on it. It is free to register, and you have access to more than about 30 expert speakers who are all shining their light on what this amazing, powerful planet really teaches us. So go ahead and sign up for that. And the last thing I would like to do is I'm still receiving applications. I'm still looking for contributors for my book, my multi-authored book, Miraculous, which basically weaves together extraordinary stories about miracles, about things that changed and transformed, your life, that can instill hope in others, that can inspire and activate others who read this story. So if this is you, go ahead and find that link to apply, and then just send that in, and then we can go from there. And if you know anyone else who has experienced some sort of miracle that changed their life in a positive way, go ahead and forward this to them and have them apply so they can be a contributor into this book, in the multi-author book. All right, my loves, from my heart to yours, again, thank you for receiving this cosmic messages, receiving the messages from the beautiful Ascended Masters this week, this month. And I'm so looking forward to guiding you through the rest of the energies for this month. From my heart to yours, until next time, goodbye, everyone.